What's up, folks? It's Josh back here from Inside Wrestling Truth. I'm back here tonight with another video. First off, Steelers won the second game in a row, which is kind of weird because they just are horrible this year. It really sucks. Boston fan, man. I hope boys, your Red Sox take it all, man. They deserve it. But I haven't been on. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of anything wrestling. I've just been kind of spending time with my wife and my kid and living life. But I had a couple of reviews tonight that I wanted to tell y'all about, show y'all. And I had Saturday night I went to an independent show, and I had one of the most bizarre things happen. Just witnessing a crazy ass independent show. Man, that's what I'm going to start off with. Saturday night I was in Corydon, Indiana. And it was called it's not a regular show. They hardly ever have shows, but it was called Old School Wrestling or some goofy shit. Well, they had some pretty good indie guys on the card, so I went. And a couple of guys I knew to have interview were working, so I figured I'd go check it out. So, get there. First few matches are good. We get to like the fifth match, and it's the main event, and we're like, what the fuck, you know? And it's a 3-on-3 match where they get in the ring, and then they get out of the ring, and they just start beating the shit out of each other. Now, before I go any further, it was ran by a mother and a father, and their son. The show was a show for him. He was injured, supposedly injured, but the word in the locker room was he didn't want to work because there was enough workers. Well, long story short, I get back to it. They tear up the 6-man match. They tear up the entire building. They rip seats out the floor. They break tables. They got the fire extinguisher out and break the DJ down and everything, because this was a family-oriented event. And the reason that this occurred was because the wrestlers did not get paid. Now, these indie guys, for you people that don't know nothing about independent wrestling, these indie guys, you know, they don't got it made like the guys in the WWE and TNA. They go out there, that's how some of them live. That's gas money. They got to risk injury, and you're not going to pay them, and you're going to pocket the money. And the ticket prices for this event were just outrageous. Yeah, it's in Corydon, Indiana, and I would never recommend anybody from that area, from the Indiana, Kentucky area, to ever go to one of their shows. They pocket your money. They do not pay the wrestlers, and yeah, it's just bad business all around. A couple of my friends and family worked that show. You know, so fuck them. Really, what I like to say, just fuck them. And it's sad that the wrestlers had to tear your building up, but you pocketed the money. Now, it don't matter if it's 40 people or 400 people. You're supposed to pay the boys what their guaranteed money. That's what's wrong with the independents right now. It's shit like that. It's horrible, but it was a bizarre event, to say the least. Watching wrestlers tear down a building, and then watch the wrestlers running out. The wrestlers had to get the fuck out because the cops were coming. But yeah, that was in Corydon, Indiana. Very interesting. But that's all about that story. A couple things that I wanted to review where I've been getting into just kind of, you know, sitting back chilling. And I've been getting some wrestling books now. Last week I showed you the Mick Foley one that I had, and I went to a used bookstore and they had this one. It's the Lion's Tale by Chris Jericho. I had read this last week, and it is a very, very good book. I really enjoyed it. Um, it it tells you shit that he don't not that's not on the DVD and stuff like that. Um, it talks it goes into detail about him wrestling all over the world, like in Germany and everywhere. And it's a really good book. I really enjoyed it. Uh, I, like I said, Chris Jericho, The Lion's Tale. If you can find it in the store somewhere, man, go pick it up. Um, I actually just started reading the Jerry Lawler book. I'll probably have a review on it next week. I've been trying to do a little reading, just to relax myself. And then the other review I have is a DVD that I picked up fairly cheap. There's a store called Buybacks where I bought this from. And it's TNA, the best of 2007. You can see there. You got all kinds of dudes on there. You got, let's see, Kurt Angle, Sting, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. A really good DVD. They don't have a book, but I mean, it's got some killer matches on it. You have the Destination X Elevation X match, Rhino versus AJ Styles. You have the Hard Justice match, All or Nothing, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. Slammiversary, King of the Mountain match, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles versus Christian versus the Wildcat Chris Harris. Sacrifice Texas Death Match, bloody match, man. James Storm versus Chris Harris. I mean, they just bleed all over the place, man. I'm talking about blood everywhere. You have Bound for Glory Ultimate X match, the Latin American Exchange versus Triple X, and then the Bound for Glory TNA World Championship, Kurt Angle versus Sting. But yeah, I don't collect a whole lot of TNA DVDs, but this is one that I definitely had to pick up, and it's really good. Yeah, definitely go pick that up. If you see it somewhere, I mean, don't go out your way and go get it. But I have the Alistair Fair Part 2 interview up. It's there are some disruptions during the interview, but it's still a very good interview. He talks about working Johnny Grunge, and talks a little CM Punk. Talks about the wrestling business. It's a really good video, so go check it out. I got more in the interviews. I actually have a couple scheduled for this week to do. So they're just gonna keep on coming, Interested to see what's gonna happen on Raw tomorrow night. One day this week I'm gonna do a video on Ring of Honor, because I never really talk about Ring of Honor, but I do watch it. So I have a video up on that. But this is Josh, man, from Inside Wrestling Truth, and like I always say, get your money, pay your bills. Peace.